Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. Julie Chen Moonves returned to host Big Brother Season 27 on the night of eviction that would see the last non-jury house guest walk out the front door. This week, Keanu Soto was head of Household Ho, and it was his turn to be in charge of nominations after being the target multiple times this season. On nominations day, Keanu put up Morgan Pope, Vince Panaro, and Mickey Lee on the block. Although Morgan was Keanu's intended target, his plans fell through when she won the power of veto. Morgan took herself off the block, which led Keanu to name a replacement nominee and option to put up Ashley Hollis up for eviction, who won safety in the BB Blockbuster competition in Week 8. Ashley, Vince, and Mickey were the housemates to enter the BB Blockbuster competition and had one more shot at safety for the week and escape the block. Following the competition, Vince won and would be safe from eviction. How did the Big Brother Season 27 house guests vote in Week 8? Votes to evict Ashley. Vince. Votes to evict Mickey. Rachel, Will, Kelly, Lauren, Morgan, Ava, who was evicted from Big Brother Season 27 in Week 8. By a vote of 6-1, Mickey was the 8th housemate evicted from the Big Brother Season 27 house in Week 8, joining Zay Frederick, Amy Bingham, Adrian Roca, Jimmy Hegarty, Zach Cornell, Riley Jeffries, and Catherine Woodman, who were previously voted out. The last week before jury was filled with plenty of drama after Keanu rose to power as the new Ho. Week 7 in the Big Brother house saw a pretty straightforward eviction come to fruition. After Kelly saved herself, Catherine was voted out in a 7-1 vote over Ava on Thursday night. The week also confirmed that we will be getting a 7-person jury once again for the third straight season. With the jury phase on the line, the remaining house guests vied to secure their spot. Keanu got power and won his first head of household, officially becoming the first house guest to at least make the jury. With his win, it was presumed that Kelly and Lauren would also end up in the jury, as they both have been perceived to be on Keanu's side of the house. That prediction came true, as neither is on the block. Before the power of veto once again changed the week's plan, Keanu nominated Mickey, Morgan, and Vince for eviction. Find out what's been going on in the house with this week's biggest moments, as well as the player ratings. Keanu takes the reins. Despite the odds stacked against him, Keanu secured safety for himself and his allies. And that was seemingly going to be in jeopardy was Rachel. The frenemies alliance looked to be over after Keanu tried to get her backdoored last week. In a happy turn of events, that was not the case, as Keanu vowed not to target Rachel and, more so, decided not to initially nominate Ashley, as she is Rachel's closest friend in the house. Keanu's Ho was direct, and I personally enjoyed the way he spoke to Vince about why he was nominating him. He didn't sugarcoat it. I agreed with his 3 nominees in Mickey, Morgan, and Vince, too. However, in Keanu fashion, the early week version of Keanu didn't last, falling back into his old, frustrating ways. Rachel makes the jury. Rachel's missed his work yet again. She avoided the block in eviction once more, and has now gone 3-3 in making at least the jury stage of Big Brother. In this season, she not only makes it to the jury, but she enters this jury phase with 0 times on the block. 8 HOH is down, and nobody has yet to nominate the Big Brother 13 winner. It's an impressive feat for a legend of the game. Morgan gets power. Morgan was one of 2 people left in the house that has not won a competition. She and Will were batting 0. Well, Morgan changed that as she got her first win of the season. It came at a crucial time, as Morgan was Keanu's #1 target coming into the week. Even though she was a nominee, she heavily contemplated using the power of veto on her #1 ally, and flirtments in Vince. Keanu was on board, and Vince pushed for it. Thankfully, she came to her senses, but man, would that have been awful. Even the idea of not using the power of veto on yourself irks me, and truly makes me question her gameplay and where her priorities lie. She needs to set herself up better. And as her and Vince's relationship continues to gain exposure throughout the house, the road for Morgan to end up in those final two chairs is becoming more difficult. Drama with the renom. The week was pretty calm until Morgan won the power of veto. With an open seat on the eviction couch, Keanu had to name a replacement. Ashley was Keanu's gut instinct, as they both haven't seen eye to eye and have gotten into their fair share of arguments during the season. However, because Keanu is, well, Keanu, he had other ideas. He felt bad about Vince possibly going home, so he wanted to put someone up who would be evicted over Vince. Ava became a potential replacement, being pushed by Rachel and company, as well as Lauren. Instead, he pondered in the early morning to blindside Rachel and put her on the block. The plan was aborted, and Keanu went with the safe bet in putting Ashley up. The fireworks didn't stop there, as Ashley and Keanu apparently got into it during the veto ceremony. We should be in for a juicy episode on Wednesday when the power of veto and its ceremony are covered. Who will be evicted? If Mickey doesn't win the BB blockbuster, her game is probably over, definitely against Ashley. If Mickey and Vince end up being the final two nominees, I could see a world where a flip occurs and Vince is evicted. As of now, Vince will go home over Ashley in a 4-3 vote between the two. Ava is the main house guest to look out for. She's the flip vote, and up until eviction night, you're going to see both sides of the house fight to get her vote. Right now, Ashley, Rachel, and Will are winning in that battle by far. Keep a slight eye on Vince potentially outing the judges' alliance in a desperate attempt. Week 8 player ratings. Rachel, high 6. Vince going home would be massive for her game. Will, high 6. He's no one's target, but he needs to be more active to gain win equity. Ashley, high 4. There's still a chance she's evicted, but unlikely. Her reads are continuously good. Ava, high 4. She seems to always be the swing vote. She remains not a threat. Lauren, high 4. She's planning out an endgame for her to win, which I like. Still way too passive. Morgan, high 3. Last week, she was at the top. This week, look where we are. Didn't like her game. Keanu, a low 2. Drama surrounding Keanu is always a given. His nominations made sense at least. Kelly, low 2. I don't see her making it too far, but she played calmly. Way better than Weingate. Mickey, low 2. Most likely person to be evicted, but she didn't do anything bad game-wise. Vince, low 2. There is a very real possibility that he will go. His bad decision-making has finally caught up to him. What to watch? Whose time in the Big Brother house will come to an end? Mickey's story arc has run out of steam, so even though Vince can be irritating, his relationship with Morgan and his, let's say, style of gameplay still has legs to be entertaining. But like we always know, anything can happen in this house. The easiest decisions are the hardest for this crew. For updates on live feeds, check out Joker's updates. Also, visit Rob Has a Podcast to see Big Brother superfan Taryn Armstrong and more unpack the season with live feed updates in the morning, as well as their player ratings with the Stock Watch every Monday night. Tomorrow's POV episode and Thursday's Eviction episode air at 8 p.m. EST on CBS. Don't miss it.